A bunch of businesses are jumping on the trend, and I think that's been the best part of this whole saga. Terrible for them and their families, but great for the memes.
We're just very shy. Now the reaction online is exploding. The man is allegedly the CEO of a tech company, astronomer, and the woman is reportedly the head of
That flinch, that tiny little moment was all it took to blow everything up. 1 second they were on the Kiss Cam at a Coldplay concert. The next, the whole internet was in flames. Stadium packed, lights flashing, music booming. But when the camera zoomed in on them, no smile, no wave, no game face. She leaned in like it was nothing, and he pulled back. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. People near them say the silence hit harder than the bass. It wasn't just uncomfortable, it was suspicious. And within hours, that 15-second clip was everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, group chats, Slack threads. All of corporate America was watching the slow motion collapse of something way bigger than just a kiss. See, the guy dodging that moment, that's allegedly Andy Byron, big boss at Astronomer, the billion-dollar space tech company. And the woman, Kristin Cabot, head of HR, two major players, both in powerful positions and both married. Just not to each other. Well, not anymore. Word is Andy's wife filed for divorce fast, and Kristin, she's already packing up her office. But here's where it gets even messier. Insiders say that moment on camera was just the tip of the scandal. Behind the scenes, emails, late-night texts, office whispers. This wasn't just one awkward kiss. It was a full-blown situation boiling for months inside company walls.
This is the equivalent of taking it to a Coldplay concert. Your car will know.
Astronomer says it's launching an investigation into the alleged relationship, saying, quote, "Our leaders are expected to set the standard."
And now that it's public, the damage isn't just personal, it's corporate chaos on a whole new level. Social media is calling it the Coldplay affair, but insiders are saying, forget the kiss, the real chaos came after. Kristin didn't lay low or disappear. She came back swinging. Yep, the same HR boss who was supposed to enforce company ethics. She's now suing the CEO for emotional abuse, defamation, and trying to ruin her career. And she ain't walking into court empty-handed either. Sources close to the case say Kristin's got receipts, like real receipts. Internal emails, private DMS, even compliance paperwork that allegedly shows he was the one who started the whole thing. And once it all went public, he turned around and used her job against her like she was disposable. Now, Astronomer's not just dealing with some PR mess, it's turning into a full-blown legal nightmare. Insiders say the board is freaking out, lawyers are circling like sharks, and stock prices are already dropping. An internal investigation's been confirmed, but behind the scenes, total panic. Employees who once bragged about working at Astronomer are now quietly updating resumes and scrolling through job boards in fear. And Kristin, she's flipping the narrative. No longer the rule breaker.
Approved. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know. They've both been punted now, but how do you do that? I mean, when the HR manager says it's okay.
This is what I don't know. Who do you report it to?
She's painting herself as the whistleblower who got scorched after trusting the wrong dude in power. And surprisingly, she's getting support. Some are calling her brave. Others think she's just flipping the script for sympathy. Forget the kiss. According to insiders, the real meltdown didn't start until after that video lit up the internet. Within 1 day, the CEO's LinkedIn vanished. Kristin's whole bio disappeared from Astronomer's site. And across the company's Slack channels, chaos, panic, and yeah, a whole lot of memes. Staffers say things got weird fast. Are once seen as the company's moral compass, suddenly went radio silent. Meetings got canceled out of nowhere. Emergency town halls popped up. Whispers about NDAs and legal audits started flooding the message boards. One employee even joked, Astronomer's next rocket should launch straight into the HR department. But behind the jokes, people were shook. Insiders say leadership was scrambling. The scandal wasn't just messy, it cracked open the power structure of the whole company. Kristin, it turns out, wasn't some long-standing exec. She'd only been hired less than a year ago, and word is her hiring skipped the usual red tape. No deep background checks, no slow climb, just a quick hire that raised a few eyebrows, and now those raised brows are turning into subpoenas. Multiple reports claim Kristin and the CEO got close real quick, and that relationship, it's now being painted as way more complicated. In her lawsuit, Kristin says she was pressured to tag along to events with the CEO, often alone, no other execs in sight. Then once the concert clip blew up, she says they told her to take unpaid leave like she was the problem. Meanwhile, the CEO stayed protected, surrounded by boardroom buddies and expensive PR teams. And now,
Having an affair, ma'am.
The boy.
And this is Jopamine on Twitter says, this is how you should go to concerts if you've called in sick or you're cheating.
Right, like that's my thought, friends. And one thought, I was like, you know what? They should have hit and just kissed and no one would have made a big deal.
Kristin's team is gearing up to hit them hard. Subpoenas are coming. Internal emails, private chats. Nothing's off limits. This isn't office drama anymore. It's a war inside the walls of Astronomer. If Kristin's legal team proves she got scapegoated while the CEO pulled strings behind the scenes to save his own image, this could get ugly. Like tech giant under fire ugly, experts are already warning if her claims check out, Astronomer isn't just facing some bad PR. We're talking regulators, lawsuits, and millions on the line. It's giving, this ain't just an affair, ma'am. This is a whole corporate mess. Word on the street, the company's legal team is already lawyering up hard, bringing in outside firms to prep for possible shareholder lawsuits. Yep, this could hit their wallets real deep. But that's not even the worst part. Quiet moves are happening behind closed doors. Sources say government agencies have started sniffing around, asking questions about labor law violations, ethics breaches, and even SEC rules linked to executive behavior. What started as a cringy concert moment might blow up into the most expensive HR nightmare the tech world's ever seen. Meanwhile, the board's in chaos. Insiders say some directors are heated, blaming the CEO for putting his personal drama over the company's future. Others are in panic mode, trying to keep things from spiraling into a leadership crisis. But let's be real, the damage may already be done. Social media already made up its mind. Kristin's either a manipulative schemer or a woman who got burned doing what she was told. And the CEO? He's being dragged as a two-faced exec who broke the very values his brand was built on. And in today's world, public opinion doesn't wait. It moves fast and it hits harder than any memo. At this point, the question isn't if something happened, it's how deep does this rabbit hole go? And according to insiders, the real explosion ain't the kiss, it's the texts. Kristin allegedly kept dozens of them, late-night messages from the CEO that reportedly go from flirty to straight-up manipulative. One message, sent just weeks before the Coldplay concert, supposedly read, "You're the only one I trust to be by my side at events like this." Legal analysts are saying loud and clear, if that kind of language holds up in court, it could prove a whole pattern of blurred lines, favoritism, and pressure. That's a big deal when one person signs the checks and the other answers to them. Now, the CEO's camp is claiming it was all mutual and above board. But Kristin's lawyers? They're building a totally different story. One full of manipulation, career sabotage, and power games that turn toxic. And she's not stopping at text messages either. Sources say Kristin's legal file includes confidential emails too, ones that allegedly show the CEO scrambling to cover his tracks once the concert clip went viral. Talking points, silent strategies, and one message that really hits: we need to get ahead of this before it becomes a headline. Well, too late, it didn't just become a headline, it became the headline. And what happened next? Kristin was told to take temporary leave for her own safety, while the CEO stayed right in power, dropping a vague memo that staff reportedly found patronizing and out of touch. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, she was documenting everything. One employee straight up said the CEO's memo sounded like it was written by ChatGPT with a PR degree. Another called it the most corporate non-apology ever. And since Kristin went public, that internal tension, it's hit a boiling point. Workers are now leaking anonymous posts on Reddit and Blind, dragging Astronomer's office culture and calling this whole mess just the beginning. According to multiple posts, this isn't a one-time scandal. It's been brewing for years. People are saying Astronomer's executive floor is a straight-up boys' club. Kristin's lawsuit, instead of getting brushed off, has kicked open the floodgates. Suddenly, long-buried frustration and resentment are spilling into the open, and it's not looking good for leadership. While top execs keep trying to frame this like a personal issue, employees aren't buying it. Not when HR, the department supposed to guard ethics, is right in the middle of the mess. It's got folks asking, if this is what happens when HR is involved, what else has been swept under the rug? And here's the twist. Kristin's not sitting back anymore. Word is she's been approached by at least 2 major media outlets for an exclusive sit-down. And get this, she might be locking in a book deal. Even wilder? Industry insiders say a major streaming platform is eyeing this whole saga for a limited docuseries. That's right, a Coldplay concert could end up being the first scene of a binge-worthy drama on your favorite app. One PR consultant even said, Kristin's either the villain or she's flipping the whole story. And right now, she's playing it like a seasoned pro. Believe her or not, Kristin's no longer just an HR exec. she's a media machine. And the CEO, he's in full damage control mode, trying to catch up while everything around him falls apart. Insiders say it's not just the boardroom blowing up, his whole personal life is going up in flames. Sources claim his wife didn't even hear about the alleged affair from him. She saw the video on TikTok. Multiple insiders say she was totally blindsided, had no idea about any of it until it was already trending. And now, word is she's spoken to divorce lawyers, and if she pulls the trigger, she could walk away with half his fortune. We're talking over $200 million on the line. That's not just heartbreak, that's high-stakes chaos. One attorney close to the situation said it plain. This isn't just public damage, it's private devastation, and it's gonna cost big. Combine that with Kristin's lawsuit, and this might go down as the most expensive Kiss Cam disaster ever caught on tape. And while the CEO's personal life crumbles, his public image is taking hit after hit. Social media? Ruthless. The hashtags #KissCamGate and #CEO fail are going viral. TikTok's flooded with reenactments of that awkward moment, Coldplay music, dramatic slow-mos, and captions clowning both the kiss and the corporate ethics behind it. Even LinkedIn, LinkedIn, has turned into a war zone. It's full of think pieces now, blasting executive boundaries and dragging a role through the mud. This isn't just some scandal, it's a reckoning. And the CEO's name? It's quickly becoming shorthand for what not to do when you're mixing power, privacy, and poor decisions in front of a stadium cam. This ain't just a PR nightmare, it's a full-on corporate meltdown. One crisis expert put it best. This is the perfect example of how one viral moment can expose years of behind-the-scenes dysfunction. Astronomer isn't just losing reputation, it's bleeding from every direction. Insiders say major investors are furious, demanding changes now. And behind closed doors, the exits have already started. 2 top execs have allegedly quit, citing ethical concerns they couldn't ignore. Translation? They saw the fire and ran fast, and the whispers of a boardroom coup getting louder by the hour. Word is, at least 3 board members are secretly pushing for the CEO to resign immediately, just to stop the bleeding. This isn't about spin anymore, it's about survival. As one insider put it, we're way past a PR crisis. This is a compliance disaster, and every day he stays in charge makes it worse. But here's the wild part. The CEO still refusing to step down. Instead, sources say he's prepping a countersuit against Kristin, accusing her of breaking confidentiality, defaming him, and trying to ruin his name. His legal team spinning the kiss as misunderstood, blaming internet hysteria for turning a sweet moment into a scandal. But legal experts aren't buying it, not when the footage shows that kind of closeness, and the person suing is HR. One former prosecutor said it straight. Courts won't call this a misunderstanding, they'll call it a leadership failure. And Kristin's legal squad? They're doubling down. Word is they're about to subpoena internal board communications, emails that could show just how far the company went to shield the CEO. At this point, the public sees through the smoke. A concert kiss turned into courtroom warfare. A marriage collapsed. A billion-dollar brand's reputation hanging by a thread. And the CEO, he's learning the hard way. Those stars he once chased in space tech, they're nothing compared to the black hole he's spiraling into now. It's been weeks since the kiss that broke the internet, and instead of dying down, the fallout just keeps getting wilder. Inside Astronomer, it's full-blown crisis mode. The board is reportedly huddling in secret meetings, mapping out emergency plans, just in case they decide to pull the plug on the CEO. His days at the top? Looking real shaky. Since that clip went viral, Astronomer's stock has dropped nearly 9%, and financial analysts are warning this might be just the beginning. Investors are spooked, and unless the board makes some bold moves fast, trust might not bounce back. And it's not just the board feeling the heat. Employees are caught in the middle of the storm. Insiders say the vibe at HQ is tense. There's badge access reviews, random audits, Slack channel lockdowns, and nonstop HR interviews. Some are even saying more secrets might be hiding deep inside the executive offices, just waiting to leak. Meanwhile, Kristin, she's not backing down. She's doubling down. Sources say her legal team is deep in talks with big networks for a primetime TV interview. And word is, she's being offered 6-figure deals for a tell-all memoir. One media expert called it the fastest glow-up from scandal target to media icon since Monica Lewinsky. But not everybody's clapping. Critics claim she played the system, used the power dynamic, and is now flipping the script for fame and checks. Her supporters? They say she's pulling back the curtain on a toxic pattern where men in charge bend the rules, and women always end up paying the price when things fall apart. Either way, this story is bigger than one office hookup. It's a culture shift. Legal teams across tech, finance, and media are now rewriting relationship policies. PR agencies are hosting emergency workshops on how to survive a viral scandal. This isn't just a corporate mess, it's a warning shot to every company in the game. Even Coldplay, who didn't ask to be in this mess, is now warning their crew to tighten up Kiss Cam rules at future shows. That's how deep this thing cut. The CEO, once hyped as a space tech visionary, is now a walking meme. His legacy? Reduced to hashtags, Reddit roasts, and office group chats. And Kristin, the HR exec turned headline queen. Her every move is being picked apart on podcasts, news panels, and viral YouTube videos. These two went from high-power professionals to cautionary tales. Proof that when private games get dragged into the spotlight, no one walks away clean. The final chapter? Still unwritten. Lawsuits are ongoing. Divorce papers are reportedly drafted, but still sitting in some lawyer's inbox. And the CEO? Still holding on to that title. But insiders say the countdown's already ticking. The same cameras that once filmed his polished speeches for investors, now capturing his downfall in 4K, and that leaked board text said it best. He didn't just break protocol, he broke the brand. In today's world, image is power, and that one awkward kiss turned into a corporate caution sign flashing for every exec out there. Don't flirt with fire when the whole stadium's watching. That's the rundown on the Coldplay Kiss Cam scandal. But now we want your take. Was this just a messy moment or a leadership implosion in disguise? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if this blew your mind, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild celebrity drama. Hit that next video right here for another Hollywood meltdown. You won't believe what went down next.